Alright guys, we're back. Today, after work, had a chance to look at the changes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they've released the notes for the upcoming mid-patch, and they're crazy. And we're gonna go through them, you and me together, with some of my thoughts. As a quick summary of the upper half of this patch, they nerf survivor speed after a hit by 10%. They buff killer kick, pallet breaking, gen kicking by 10% as well, and also successful basic attacks have a 10% reduction as well. So quality fixes for monsters, killers, whatever, and a speed reduction for survivors. Also, they do have base kit borrow time that is confirmed for 5 seconds and a 7% haste buff after the unhook. So without further ado, we're going to go to the meat and potatoes, which is the perks. If you want to look at this yourself, I'll post a link in the description. Alright, killer meta perks, barbecue and chili. All you did was remove the blood point bonus because of the blood point rework coming in with the prestige system. Can't argue there. Ruin, reduced from 100% half to 100% now. And they also make it deactivated after somebody dies. So I kind of misspoke on that, apologies. So this ruin breaks itself after somebody dies. And not only that, it's lost half of its power, which I feel isn't really justified. They just made the perk completely weak. I mean, yeah. Maybe it'll be used a little bit, but who knows? I think the fact that it explodes after somebody dies isn't really worth it. But we'll find out. Pop goes the weasel. Oh, I didn't mention. After a monster kicks the generator, it is a guaranteed 2.5% off of the progression on it at the moment. In regard to that, they're also fixing all of some perks as regression. So like Pop goes the weasel, 20% now instead of 25% out of current total. So it's a fair nerf, let's be honest. Can't argue there. Crypto Intervention, in my opinion, has been destroyed and will never be used. It still blocks the generators at the start of the match, but the second you down somebody or put them in the dying state, it will deactivate. So after your first knockdown, it's dead. It'll also explode. I don't know what they thought about this one. They could have done what was suggested via Coconut. They could have given the killers a natural crypto intervention for 1 minute, and this perk could have essentially doubled that time. Could have been a nice quality fix, honestly, but to continue. Tinker no longer will activate on the same generator anymore. It is once per generator. And they also talk about here, which I didn't mention, gen speeds have been looked at a tiny bit, and to address them, and they did say that they were going to look into it some more, so we'll find out. A generator speed is now from 80 seconds to completion to 90 seconds to complete. So a bit more time for killers, but I think that's just good. I'm happy with that change. Hence for why Tinker got its limit now per generator, which I think is completely fair. Noed, left alone almost in its entirety, except now on the second half, as you can see. Survivors will now see the Hexstone's aura within 4 meters upon activation. This range will increase to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. So it gives the survivors a visual. You can't leave it up to chance, and it will probably be destroyed. So can't argue that. Pain Resonance has been nerfed. It will no longer prompt you with a scream. The survivors will not scream anymore. And it will not explode, quote unquote, to give you a visual. So it's no longer an information perk and no longer screams the survivor, henceforth not working with Dead Man's Switch anymore. So the regression is still there. Awesome. But now you're gonna have to run an info perk like Julian Tremors or Barbecue and Chili. So I think that's a pretty much we saw that coming. Survivor. I read this and I was in love. Sorry guys, I'm not a Survivor main. Dead Hard is dead. Literally. It's interesting. They have removed the distance. They have removed the iframes. They have made it into an action which they haven't shown yet. So it looks like the survivor would do some sort of animation, but you'll get 1 second to pull this off. And if you pull off the timing properly and you get hit, you will get an endurance effect and run off, with the bleed timer. It becomes a skill perk. Wow, you can't just tap E anymore, or bumper, or however you have it on console. So yeah, interesting. I can already hear the people crying. DS, they nerfed it again. They might have gone a bit overboard, but DS has been such a partner in crime with the Dead Hard. I mean, I don't care. I should care, but you know what? We'll see how the meta is affected. We'll see. The stun is no longer 5 seconds. It is 3 seconds now, which honestly I think a 4 second might have been okay. 3 seconds might be too short, but we will find out in due time. Also, once the gates are powered, as you can see in the last half, it will deactivate. Let me say that again. Decisive Strike will now deactivate when the gates are powered. So no more, I got DS, bro. This is an early, a mid-game perk, no longer end-game perk, which I'm happy on that part, but at the same time, I'm curious how much this will affect the usability of DS, if anybody will use it. But to be honest, I think Dead Hard getting what it got is, chef's kiss. I'm sorry. Borrowed time. This variant now adds to the borrowed time base kit. So from 5 seconds, you can add 10 seconds max, and also 10 more seconds to this to the speed buff, to the haste. So I feel like 15 seconds is still too long, so they might need to look at that soon. I still believe 10 seconds is plenty of time in my opinion, especially with the haste buff. I think 10 seconds was good, but now we have 15 seconds of that, like the prior nerf or rework that it had. So I kind of feel borrowed time will still be used. I'm sorry, but well, we'll see. Iron Will no longer has a 100% reduction. It is 75% at max, and while you're exhausted, you lose it. It deactivates. Thank you. Just thank you. Self-care, they actually nerfed it, which is kind of a meme right now. Efficiency speed is gone, so it's no longer doing the efficiency buff, and the speed, as you can see, is a 25 to 35% at max. So congrats guys, we got self-care nerfed. Spine chill was probably one of the biggest ones that people are happy about. You need sight of the killer now. You need to have a clear line of sight to be clear. That's weird. If the killer's behind the wall, for example, it will not proc. Wraith, Michael Myers, and Ghostface are probably happy right now. If there's any of those guys who are left who main them. Especially for me, since I'm playing Michael Myers this whole week. So, awesome. Oh, big deal too. They removed the vaulting bonus. They left I believe the healing and the gen bonuses, but the vaulting is gone. So vaulting builds are dead. Pog. But they also give it a small delay, as you can see here, of 0.5 seconds. So you no longer flickers around whenever somebody's looking at you or turning around. So you have to be a bit more cautious with it. I mean, even though you can pan around, 360, but that's just me. So awesome. Non-meta buffs. Overcharge is now crack charge apparently. It goes from, when you kick a gen, it goes from 100 to 400% in a matter of 30 seconds. It's kind of bonkers. Survivors want to stop this generator from regressing as soon as possible. Yeah, this is forcing you to pop that generator, especially with that, what is it, like 80-90% skill chance change. Holy shit. Pop goes the weasel. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, 400%. Jesus. Eruption got a buff, I believe, from a few percent. It's now a 10% penalty and a incapacitated buff to 25 seconds. So, always nice and juicy. Knockout got buffed. Crawling is now 50% slower for 15 seconds, and the recovery is also reduced by 25%. So if you like slugging, got your pappy. Claustrophobia is still poopy. They just added a skill check bonus. Change, speed, behavior. What are you doing? Claustrophobia? Nerf? Dark Devotion. It's on any damage proc now to your obsession. So this is really cool because now if you're a projectile, that can make a big difference. And also if you do like abilities, like Legion for example, can hit with his beat effect, and it will proc it. So meme you on Dark Devotion, Surge, because I don't know what Jolt is. Surge has no cooldown. I've been saying this for 2 years. 2-3 years, because I've been playing since Pyramid Head. Yeah, well needed, by the way. Lethal Pursuer is a secondary effect now, which buffs aura reading by 2 seconds. I think it could be 3 or 4 seconds, but pretty fair. A little bit of a tech on it. Gift of Pain, a buff on numbers from 10, 13, 16 seconds now. Can't argue that. Thanatophobia is still questionable. I'll say it right now. 4%, half a percent is nothing. This perk needs to be at least 6 or 7% to make it viable. We gotta see at the very least a 6% base per kill per survivor, or 7% for it to even do anything. Because you're just doing fractions of seconds or whatever. I don't know. It's a feel good, but could be a little more in my opinion. Scourge Hook Monstrous Shrine got a whole rework. They will now kill the survivors faster, or a progression, 10, 15, 20%, but you have to be farther than 24 meters. Remember that. So, Nito. Oh, and there's Scourge too. Calm Spirit got a complete rework, it looks like. Oh no, in addition, so no wildlife notifications, and you open chest and bless and break totems silently, similar to like a bite the bullet effect, but you do all those actions 30% slower at max. It's fine. Saboteur can now identify Scourge Hooks, so that's pretty cool if you like to be that one survivor main, or that one survivor with the toolbox. So that's always cool actually. I can't knock that benefit. Botany knowledge needs to be adjusted because of the self-care nerf, and it is going from 33% to 50% efficiency. So that's pretty cool. I like how they just packaged it on there, but again, self-care nerf, funny. Off the record is the only perk that I believe needs to get looked at, in my opinion. An 80 second borrowed time endurance effect, or just endurance. I guess no speed buff, but like whoa, guys. Wait, what? Okay. I don't know. Alright, you guys tell me about this perk for real. How do y'all feel about this? It's 80 seconds of endurance. This is the one perk that I feel like it's too much. I feel like it is too much. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I'm being dramatic on it, but I feel like that's gonna just be a meme at one point. Although anything you do deactivates it. I don't know. We it's like, why run borrowed time anyway? You just got off the record, you know? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that off the record. Do you like it? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's fine? Do you think I'm a filthy killer main? I don't know. Lucky Break. You can now replenish seconds from this by healing others. So if you heal somebody for their entire health state, which is I believe 16 seconds, you gain 16 seconds back to your Lucky Break effect, which is badass. Cool. Pharmacy will now activate whenever you get injured, which is really cool because now you can use it more than once in prior. And every time you get injured, you look through the chest, you get a guaranteed medkit. Awesome. Soul Survivor, you now have an increase on gen speeds by 75%. Also the gate and hatch by 50%. Cool. I mean, I don't think everybody's gonna use it anyway, but I could be wrong. Distortion, you can now replenish tokens by spending 30 seconds in the killer radius. So cool. People, I like that perk surprisingly. So no knock on that. Lightweight gets a buff from 5 seconds, from 3 seconds, from yeah, fine. 5 seconds faster. Deja Vu, bonus speeds on the gens you see with Deja Vu. So this is pretty cool for not 3-genning. I don't think it'll still be used, but it's a nice little change. No One Left Behind. It now activates 7% bonus on any survivors you unhook. So it's like the second half of the passive borrow time. But also now activates when all the gates are powered. So just a little quality fix. We'll see if this one gets used. I don't ever see it anyway, but you never know. Dark Sense. This is kind of a cool one now. I actually like it. I've never used it except for like when my characters were, when that's all I had, to be honest. But the next time, after you do a generator, the next time the killer gets close to you within 24 meters, you can see them now for 10 seconds. So it'll help you get an early start with the mind games. You know, this might replace Spincho if, well, no, nah. It's cool. Tenacity now reduces grunts of pain by 75% when you're on the floor. I mean, cool. You're gonna have to look through them bushes now, guys. Hope, no more limit. I mean, it's Hope. Nobody ever plays it. Overzealous now has an 8% at max, and if you break a hex totem, it's double. So it's like 16% bonus steroid. Holy crap, speed. Yeah, that's kind of bonkers. I don't know, man. Bonkers. We're gonna live forever. Reducing its blood point bonus, I believe, and I think that's it. So, fine. And that's everything. So, for real, I think the only problem is off the record. And they could have done more for Thanatophobia and Colorophobia, you know. But that's my opinions. Let me know what y'all think. Is this? I love this patch, even though those 3 are my 3 gripes, if you will. No, just the main one is off the record. Off the record, and the fact that Crypto Intervention is dead. But do you like these changes? Do you hate these changes? Am I blind? What do y'all think? Because I'm just saying, we're not going to see Dead Hard anymore, but we're going to see probably a lot of sprints. But we'll see. If you guys are still there, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll post this link on the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Y'all take care.